Happy hour has started. Cheers. Tonight I am drinking a cucumber lime vodka soda. It is the beginning of the year. I'm on a keto diet, but that does not stop me from enjoying it and sitting down with you guys and discussing some honeymoon trends. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Lauren Doyle. I head up the Destination Wedding and Honeymoon Division at the Travel Mechanic. I am based here in Raleigh, but I'm originally from New York. I've lived in DC a while, so I really help people all over. My clients, are all over the United States. I have a lot in California and everywhere in between. Tonight we're going to go ahead and chat about some honeymoon trends because the year has started and we're still in February by 2 days, but we are still in February and we do have we've been busy. The travel industry has been busy. A lot of people book their trips in January, February. I know honeymooners are a little different. You have a little more time. I've been booking a lot of fall weddings. So I've been booking the honeymoons for the fall wedding. So if you're a bride out there, you have a fall wedding or a late fall wedding, now is definitely the time to get your honeymoon booked. If you're getting married this summer and you still haven't figured out your honeymoon, it's okay. Don't worry, we will get you taken care of. But right now, sit back and relax, pour yourself a drink. We're going to have a little fun here and discuss some honeymoon trends. So, one really cool honeymoon trend that I am just so all about right now is bringing what you and your fiance love to do and bringing it to your honeymoon. For example, I met with the honeymooners last weekend and they love to bike. And they were wondering if one of the destinations that I'm going to quote them for, which is turning out to be Italy, if we can do some bike touring. And I'm working on getting them a package where they could bike throughout Tuscany, hit up a few wineries, have a great experience, have a tour guide with them for a little bit so they know where they are and what they're doing. Total disconnection. You do not need your phone. You don't need to look at a GPS or Google Maps. This is really ultimate disconnection and really get immersed in the countryside. So I love that trend and why it's not just them. I've had other honeymooners contact me recently because her fiance is super into spearfishing. And I mean, honestly, I had to Google that because I wasn't entirely sure what that was. But they want to do this scuba diving. I don't know if we could definitely, we're working on getting some spearfishing, you know, on their honeymoon for them. But I just love how, brides and grooms are coming to me and saying, hey, I love this and know I love to do this with my fiance, but we want to also experience it in a new environment. So I think that's awesome. I mean, that's what your honeymoon is about. So a really big trend is really customizing your honeymoons. And that's what I'm here to do and help you is to customize your honeymoon, because the honeymoon is really turning into these bucket list trips, these trips that you really have been looking forward to. Maybe you've traveled together before and you really want to do this amazing trip, or maybe you've never left the country but you still want to have this customized experience. I'm loving that right now, just taking what you love and bringing it overboard. Another honeymoon trend, if we want to talk about destinations a little bit, um, really popular or gaining in popularity is Portugal. Portugal is absolutely gorgeous. If you love wine, oh my gosh, you need to go. The food there is also so fabulous. I mean, Mediterranean food, it's like one of my faves. It is just so, so good. And then we also have cliffs, beaches, history, so much history in Portugal. The views, I mean, the list goes on and on. Hiking, active. There's rivers that go through Portugal and river cruising, which is on my personal bucket list. But there are rivers growing through Portugal. It's getting really popular, not just with honeymooners, but with a lot of people. So families are taking them, baby boomers, your mom and dad. I'm sure they're wanting to go on a river cruise, but Portugal river cruises are becoming really popular. So definitely put that on your list. Another for destination, another really popular place that's always coming up is Fiji. Now, Fiji is, oh my God, it's far away. If you live on the East Coast, it is far. If you live on the West Coast, it's still a little far. But oh my God, talk about totally disconnecting and having an experience that will change you. So if you think you're that type of person that's like, you know what, I could suck up the plane ride, and you can head over there. Fiji is absolutely amazing. Right when you step on foot to that country, you are instantly transformed. The niceness of the people, the culture there, their rituals, it's just so amazing to take that all in. And you could do it in ultimate luxury and ultimate honeymoon romantic style. So, if that's on your list and you think that's right up your alley, I would not cross Fiji off the list. There are direct flights from San Francisco now. It's a long flight, but it is direct. So keep that in mind. I know that Tahiti and French Polynesia always hot destinations, but I think that if you really want to do that extra really cool, awesome thing, I definitely think Fiji is the way to go. My last destination that is really up and coming. It's been popular, and honestly, it's a little overdone on Instagram, in my opinion, is Bali. And half the time I'm like, are these people even really there? Is this photoshopped? But I know that Bali is an amazing country. I think that it is a great place to go. Now, it is commercialized. So by working with a travel agent like myself, if you don't really want an over commercialized honeymoon, please do not just book your honeymoon online to go to Bali or on Instagram to go to Bali. No, no, no. You really need to know what you want to do. If you want surfing, if you want to go to rice plantations and coffee fields and you want to learn from locals, you really have to think about going to a few different places once you're in Bali. Southeast Asia is amazing. Bali is just that, again, a country that you're going to go to, and it's really going to change you. It's going to stick with you. We're not just talking about Instagram worthy photos. We're really talking about immersing yourself in an amazing culture where you can really come back a different person. And how cool would that be after your wedding to come back and you're ready to start this amazing life together, and you have this kind of trip to just seal it and make it happen. So I think that is so awesome. So my top 3 destinations, just to review quickly, and I will be blogging about this, and I'm sure you could catch some of it on Instagram as well, would be Portugal, Bali, and Fiji. I think those are my 3 really, like, when people come to me and want to plan that, I'm like, yes. I've also had a lot of people requesting those destinations. The travel industry as a whole has seen an uptick in that for sure. So, also, the world is getting more crowded and populated. You need to go now to some of these places. There are places that I'm just kicking myself that I never went to prior, because now it's just like so overdone. Like, I've never been to Venice. Crazy, I know, because Italy is one of my favorite places, but part of me is just like, oh, Venice, I feel like the pictures are going to be better than it in person. That, talk about an overcrowded destination, that is it. So I'm all about finding some hidden gems along the way, and I definitely think those 3 destinations would be it. Some other trends for those that are just jumping in now. I did discuss that one of the trends going on is definitely customization. It's bringing what you love to do and doing it abroad. So, for example, if you love to golf, I had golfers that were like, they love to golf and they wanted to do it for their honeymoon. They ended up in Hawaii, and they had an amazing time. We worked on getting tea times for them, setting everything up so like the golf courses weren't too far out of the way, and they had a blast. So, and it could be anything. I mean, usually it's something active or adventurous, but whatever your hobby is, if you were like super into art, I did have another couple, obviously, they're going to Paris, but they are just like totally into art, total museum. That's what they want to do. They can spend 2 days at some of these museums. So they love to do that. We made sure we made it extra special with some skip the line tours and going really early before it even opens to get that just experience that again is going to change you. So again, by using a travel agent, we can kind of help you and put those extra special touches on it that you might not have thought about, or Google, for instance, isn't going to think about those little details. Another trend that I'm seeing, not as much as destinations, but brides and grooms are stressed out about this wedding. It's so hard taking the time off of work. A lot of people are pushing it back a few months. Some people are only almost pushing it back a whole year. So they have time. They can save a little bit. They can, just take the time from work a little later. So, I mean, I think a year is more like an anniversary trip, but a honeymoon, I've definitely been seeing about 2 months, 3 months. People are wanting to wait. That's also great because if you do a honeymoon registry, and I, for my clients, offer a complimentary honeymoon registry. We do have to close those 60 days prior so we can pay all the tours and all the resorts and companies and stuff. So if you do really want and need a honeymoon registry, the best way to do is kind of push your honeymoon back maybe a month or two, maybe 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and then you'll have time to pay off your whole honeymoon, gather everyone's gifts that they give you, and then you could really pay off your whole honeymoon. So that's a really great trend. And for you brides out there listening in, either if you're on Facebook, or I will be posting this on my YouTube channel, you could go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Lauren at the Travel Mechanic. And I'm also on Pinterest, in the midst of revamping Pinterest, but I am Honeymoon Expert TTM, and you can find me there for some inspiration. And feel free to message me or email me. Head over to thetravelmechanic.com/honeymoon. There I have a honeymoon checklist and a little timeline to help you get started to figure out what you need to be doing when. So everyone, it was so great sitting back and talking and chatting with you. Again, feel free to invite some friends. Ask me any questions you want to ask, and I will answer them. And cheers to planning your amazing honeymoon.